Human trafficking was high on the agenda at the National People's Congress earlier this year.
漠视群众权益的，要坚决追责问责，对那些拐卖妇女儿童的犯罪行为要严厉打击，严惩不贷。
And the Ministry of Public Security even announced a year-long campaign to tackle the issue, which has been dominating social media since early January, thanks to this video, which went viral.
我给你拿个衣服穿上吧。我给你拿个衣服穿上吧。我给你拿个衣服去，好不好？我给你拿件衣服，我看你咱有爱心是。
It shows a woman in Suzhou chained to a wall in a doorless shed, and it outraged millions across China.
People start asking, why is she outside? It's the end of January, it's freezing. And why is she chained to this wall? Is this man even her husband?
The clip was filmed in Suzhou by a vlogger exploring the area who posted it online.
And here the attention was massive. The number of clicks and reshares and comments on news about this chained woman exceeded all the viewership numbers for the Winter Olympics that were going on at that time.
At first, officials in the area denied there was a history of human trafficking in the case, instead saying she was a mother of 8 and married, tied up due to violent fits from mental health issues. But social media users weren't convinced.
People were asking, first of all, how had this woman had 8 children? At the time that she would have started having these children, there would still have been birth limits limiting any couple to just 1 child. Right now, the birth limit is at 3 children.
In the broader context that Chinese people know that a lot of women got trafficked into those rural areas, forced into marriage. So there's this public uproar that censorship was not able to completely suppress.
People started sharing stories of trafficking, and the conversation dominated internet platforms.
I'm at Southwest Shandong. My grandmothers are living in rural area. There are women in village who was trafficked. It's not something rare.
My mum said in the past there was a 16 or 17-year-old girl who lived in a village nearby who was trafficked. Luckily, people found her a few years ago.
Human trafficking is an issue that has dogged the country for years.
There's no statistics, but people know it exists and this is a common issue.
Experts say the issue of women being sold to men has been exacerbated by the now defunct one-child policy, which skews the gender ratio in the country. For every 100 women, there are 105 men.
The men who are at the bottom of society couldn't find women to marry. So there's massive trafficking, not only within China, but also between countries around China and China.
Most of the Vietnamese human trafficking cases that to sell other brides to a Chinese men.
Dou Yuwei helps rescue people trafficked from Vietnam to China.
At least 100 calls a year for help. Some people who were originally trafficked and some people trafficked many years ago. We even rescue people who were trafficked more than 20 years ago. So they might living in a remote area in China and they have no idea where they are. Human trafficking in Vietnam, actually about 90 of those are trafficked to China and about 10% to other countries.
While it is a crime in China, advocates say the laws need to be strengthened.
Common criticism towards the law is that the buyers are punished too lightly. It's up to 3 years in prison. If you traffic some exotic animals, you can be punished harsher.
Unable to ignore social media backlash, local officials continued their investigation of the woman in Suzhou. The Ministry of Public Security reportedly said they found her family through DNA testing.
But for people online, they're still not convinced that this is indeed the right identity for the person.
17 local officials have been sacked or investigated, and the so-called husband was arrested, along with 2 other people. While advocates hope this could be a turning point for tangible change, commentators say the case shows social media is an effective tool for citizens to voice their concerns to the government.
Videos go viral all the time. There are always trending topics on social media. What was unusual about this case was the combative relationship that online users had with the local government.
People are really angry. We all know there's censorship in China. People all know that if they speak too much, they can be, suppressed, harassed, detained. People care about this woman, and it really says, Sometimes even the Chinese government, who's very powerful, and you can't really control the narrative.
This is really evil crime that people are human made to the humans, and we have to end this. And many of the victims that we rescue, actually, they never fully heal. They bring those trauma to the rest of their lives.